Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to share with you a market watch video, or what I call a bargain hunting video, which means I'm going to the marketplace within Splinterlands and I'm going to look at what cards are selling for what prices. And we're going to try and have a conversation around the difference between value and price, because price is what you pay, but value is what you get. I think there's some amazing and exciting examples of price action in the card market space right now in Splinterlands that will attract you and excite you. And I hope you'll stick around and watch this with me. This is a video that came from a recent members only live event. If you want to be present during the recording of these live events, then check out my member page and get involved at whatever level you'd like. Thanks guys. Special thanks to the members. Have an amazing day. God bless. Gathering, I think Silver Rebellion decks will be normal. Too many people skipped buying Rebellion and are now scrambling to build decks, and the cards just aren't there. I'm going to keep doing Rebellion buyout videos until people get the hint. Summoners under 30 cents just won't last. I totally agree. 100%. Like, man, I got a steal on my one summoner there. The Rebellion, let's go Rebellion summoners. Shrink this down a bit. Reg. Okay. So this is this guy. I really like this guy, and he's a quality performer, man. I can't pull up my Splinter Coach data because I haven't renewed yet, but he's a solid performer. And what would it cost for me to get 400 right now? 125. I bought this for 80 the other day. 23 cents on Buddy here. Bulk buy. 113. Wow. Look at the price escalation. These 13 are way cheaper. You know? I know 13 is not enough for most people, but if you're just like a low level player, you could buy 13 right now for, I think that's a 30% discount. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's like 25% discount or something like that. And that's not nothing, man. You're one BCX away from a level 3. That's meaningful to a bronze or a silver player. And it's a 25 or 30% discount. It's marginally more than the high bid. So, I mean, the high bidder is like usually a dirt floor price, right? That feels like a very good deal for at least those 13 units. This one I wish I had, because I like this combo, Life Earth. But I bet we're even 120. $206 for that one. $206. Nomos still dirt cheap. What are you going for? I need 115 of you. 37 bucks. I know that these are not special abilities, but $37 for a summoner is a great price. If you want a summoner to be able to field a team, you know, you almost are like, maybe I don't even care about the abilities. It's just a summoner lets me play the game. That's the sort of thing that will sell to people. Would you like to spend $130 or would you like to spend $35 to play the game? This one is also really interesting to me. I love this combination, life, water, but it's even more expensive. No, 150. Not so far. The most expensive is Chul, because the lack of supply. Not on a per unit basis, but to buy 400, it goes up rapidly. I still need a few underboss Fabinos. This card I don't love. I mean, I think it's cool. I think the melee is more interesting than poison, although the poison can be pretty valuable. And I love the artwork, but I have a level 7 of him. Avina is one I'd really like to acquire, but I'm not going to spend, $115 on a summoner. Not unless it's like a rebellion, not unless it's essentially, I would pay $100 to buy 5 Nidhoggers. That would bring me to a level 6 on my Nidhogger, or level 4 rather. But otherwise, I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on a single summoner. Not unless my crypto bags go crazy. Speaking of Nidhogger, do you guys have any success with that card? Have you played it, rented it, used it? I have a level 3, and I think I'm currently renting it. The supply is high because it's relatively new, and so I think the price is inflated or is lower than it should be, or than it ultimately will be. But maybe I'm wrong about that. A cane, generally speaking, has held value. This was the first legendary, and I think I bought mine for like 18 bucks a unit, maybe 20. And we've come down a fair bit since then because these others are so much more competitive. But Pruitt has held value in that range. Drath is probably ticked up a little, a few bucks. Drath is like a 60% win. This is, in my opinion, the second bet. I don't own a Cryptic, but I own a Drath, I own a Lorcus, and I own a Pruitt, and I own a Cane. I play Drath all the time, and it wins 60% of the time. That's a really good win rate. Lorcus, I play sort of intermittently, and it's solid, but it's more like a 50% win rate as I use it. Elias is more like a 45%, but that's probably me trying to figure it out. Cryptic I know is good, and I wish I had it, but one day maybe. And Tofu is obviously amazing with that Scavenge. Triage is the one I see people use the most often. Scavenge Triage with Thorns is such a banana combo, right? Because you're getting bigger, you're self-healing, and you are Thorns damaging. The artwork on here is not reflecting the Thorns. That's a outdated picture. Gathering says the new players are going to need those common rare summoners, so I'm going to load up on them now. Yeah, they absolutely will. The real question is, will those players come? And I know that you and I agree, and probably everyone here agrees, that they will come. The players will come, and this game will grow, and they'll need cards, and they're going to come buy them. There'll be a crazy bull market on card assets. We believe that, and I think that's just a fact. I don't even think it's an opinion. But that's the question. The question isn't will these cards be desirable? The real issue is, will new players come? I think everything has been set up so that the answer is yes. Alpha packs will be $250. I think so too. Just from a scarcity perspective, and just from like, people like opening rare things. Like if you look at Pokemon packs, like people buy a Pokemon pack for like, some of them $500, $300, $400, $500. And, there's some crazy chase cards in there, but there's crazy chase cards in the alpha pack. Like, what would be your chase card in there? If we go into alpha, gold foil, remove that. These summoners don't even have a price. They're like, look at this. The low buy on a Selenia Sky gold foil, 12,000. There's only one copy of it, mind you. And who knows if it'll sell that way. But look at this. One of this card sold for $6,000 at some point in the past. And that was up 10% from the previous sale, which is to say, this card sold for $5,400 and then it sold for $6,000. And now there's only one more existing on the marketplace. Maybe there's only one ever. Look at how much scarcity there is. 38 BCX, 22 total cards. There's 22 cards, and one of them's on the market right now for $12,000. That is crazy. And that is a chase card that can drop, right? Is this a alpha? Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a promo card or something. Yeah, this gold foil can appear in one of those packs. Any of them can, right? Now, these are far less exciting. But I don't buy that. Wow, to be honest, I am blown away that $50 is the price tag on this card for this alpha gold foil. $50 per BCX, I mean to say. I'm really, really surprised. That's a level 5 card right there. A level 5 card is playable. Like, that's going to be like a gold league performer. And it's going to open doors in tournaments and gold foil tournaments or guild brawls, that matter. These cards are crazy. And that's the cheap one, by the way. Tyrus 7, look at that. Tyrus is $370 per BCX. And that is selling, by the way. And it's down 62%, by the way. And yet, Lyanna at $50 market value seems like a steal, doesn't it? Summoners. Like, how is that even possible? There's 329 BCX of this card, 21 cards in total in the game. Like, honestly, this is like tempting to just buy. I'm not gonna, but this is like very tempting to buy and hold. Comparing it to others, let's see. Okay, I'd probably get this one before I got that one. I'd get the gold foil Alrek because Alrek's a better card. And you're talking 240 for that. It's more, but I would say it's like that is dirt cheap in comparison to the Tyrus. It's dirt cheap compared to Selenia. Zintar's not even available. Yeah, so I mean, there's some crazy chase cards in here. And let's look at the legendary gold foils. This one last sold for $2,000. This one last sold for $39.80. This one last sold for $6,000. This one last sold for $9,000, $4,300, $4,500, $3,000. Look at this ridiculous price. How did this card sell for $200 US? And that was 84% lower than the prior one. Meaning, someone sold this card for like $1,800 US, and then the next person sold it for $200 US. Did they not put in a zero? Like, what happened there? And that's so close to the high bid value, by the way. Somebody probably auto bought it. Like, at the time, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that must be an oversight. That's so noteworthy. But of course, there's none listed. Buddy who bought it was like, yes, please. Honestly, if I got that for $200, I would throw that back on for $2,000 and just forget about it. And same here too. This last one sold for $29.99, and before that, the prior one sold for 70% more. To see those radical drop-offs is interesting because it says something about what the market is doing, both in exuberance as well as like surrender, or there was like crazy sales, ridiculous prices. And then people were like, oh, okay, I give up. And I'm going. Like at different times in the window. A $200 Alpha Elemental Phoenix is a give up price or a mistake. On the Epic Gold Foils, like none of the Epic Gold Foils are $200. That's the crazy thing. The cheapest one's $250. That Elemental Phoenix for $200. That's ridiculous. That's why monitoring the market matters, like paying attention and just checking in to see where the prices are on any given day. And just that's why this is part of the game, because understanding value and is different from price is something that it's like an attitude that you bring to Splinterlands and to blockchain and to investing, generally speaking. And part of implementing that as a strategy within the game of Splinterlands is to go to the marketplace and look for cards that are underpriced for their value. And recognizing that before others is like how you win the game. And that then helps you in the actual collectible card game Auto Brawler, but it's its own thing. It's two pieces of that's why I said in the recent video, it's like you're both a general manager who essentially hires and contracts, stars, but you're also the coach who puts them on the field. You decide which tool to use in which circumstance. Who's your power play specialist? Who's the defensive king? Who's who's your ace pitcher? Who's your closer? And if you can navigate this marketplace in a way that most don't, there's room for financial growth, regardless of circumstances, regardless of bear market, regardless of it's like you ride the waves, and profitability is possible in every situation. It's a lot of work though. But these moments are more exciting too in the anticipation of what I believe is an exciting bull market yet to really hit us, and it is already hitting us. But I think it's gonna land squarely on the shoulders of Splinterlands. The opportunity for value to be just sloshing around in that marketplace is coming. Like people, when these prices start going parabolic, some will sell way too soon and you might recognize certain value, meaning intrinsic utility, functionality, and buy it when they're selling low. And then there's opportunity for flip. The market there's so much movement and liquidity and exuberance that there's really probably a market. Just concentrating on flipping could be a game for the next 6 months, I bet. Yeah, so alphas are amazing in terms of, the future price growth still. And that doesn't even of course they're not as overpowered as some of the modern day cards, but they're so scarce, and that's exciting for people.